Okay, so again, welcoming you all. Now, the concepts that you are going to complete today are related to the bonds. Bonds, the valuation of the bond, intrinsic value of the bond, yield to maturity of the bond, understanding that how the bonds are operating, the mathematical manual calculation we have done till now in our books with the pen. But today we are going to do by applying the functions in MS Excel to solve those questions. Now, what are those questions which can be solved by using the bond related functions in the Excel? So let's try to understand. The first function we have here is the price function. The price function is a function which gives you the the intrinsic value of the bond. So we were doing that valuation of the bond manually till now, where we were discounting all the returns from the bond and maturity amount as well we were discounting. But if you do not want to follow that complicated procedure, manual one, then there is a function called price in Excel itself, which can give you the intrinsic value of the bond after applying some parameters in it. Sir, how? Let's do it. Let me magnify that so that you will be able to understand in a better way. Now, these functions will not be there in your Excel file. So all the bachas and bachis must take this into account, that they should write this question, because if you do not have these details, you will not be able to solve the question. So what are the details you are supposed to write? Right from the settlement date to the maturity date, annual coupon rate, the yield which you are requiring from that, that is the required rate of return from of yours from that bond, redemption amount, frequency, and the basis. I'm going to explain each and every terms in the detail, but before that you should write this in your Excel file. Everyone, 1 minute is given to you. Please write it down. Those who haven't opened the laptop yet, they are required to please do it as soon as possible. Those who have come out with the flying colors in the examination and they are right now in the superiority complex, let me tell to you that your confidence may be broken in the upcoming examinations. Those who are of the opinion कि sir ये subject तो गया मुझे नहीं आएगा, let me tell you, your inferiority complex can also be broken in the examination. You might be again wondering that how you could perform so well in the examination. So any such assumptions you have taken might be proven wrong. So please start writing. सर राइटिंग नहीं होता, टाइपिंग होता है. तो टाइपिंग भैया, टाइपिंग करो. और ये सेटलमेंट डेट, मैच्योरिटी डेट, ये पूरा पूरा ना लिखना हो तो कोई बात नहीं, छोटे छोटे सा वर्ड एसडी करके लिख दो. फिर आप तो होशियार हो ही, मालूम पड़ जाएगा कि एसडी का मतलब क्या था. एमडी करके लिख दो, मैच्योरिटी डेट. फिर बाद में आराम से करना घर पे सोते सोते. Is it done? Shall I move ahead, all of you? I think I have given the enough time. All? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sagar. Let's move on. Now what happens? Again, I'm clarifying that why you are supposed to value any bond. Why there is any need to find any intrinsic value of the bond? We are thinking from the perspective of the investor right now. See, try to understand. Interest is not the only return you get from the bond. Some people are of the opinion, sir, interest mil raha hai, that is nothing but the return from the bond, right? Understood, that is a return. But there is a different return as well. It is not the only return you get from the bond, because the market price of the bond and the maturity price of the bond may be different, or market price, or we can call it the issue price when the bonds are issued, right? So this can be different. The bond might have been issued at 90 and the maturity price would have been 110. So what about this 20 rupees which you have got from this? Now this 20 rupees cannot be added in a 1 year, right? Because this 20 rupees you have got over a period of time. Say 6 years, 8 years, 9 years, or 10 years, whatever the number of periods for which the bond is going to be there. So it is not something which you have got only for a 1 year. It is gradually divided for all number of years. So that's why there are two types of return. One is the interest, another one is the difference between the issue price and maturity price. And both these returns putting together forms a part of your yield. You can call it, this is the actual yield you have got. So effectively speaking, if you try to analyze this question a bit, when your yield is more than annual coupon rate, that means the valuation of the bond right now should come lower than 100. This is an analytical understanding. Try to understand this. So if your yield is more than coupon rate, that means the intrinsic value of the bond will come lower than the par value. And if the effective yield, right, is lesser than the coupon rate, then the valuation of the bond will come more than the par value. Okay, some of the students might not be able to get the exact logical understanding of this, but if you calculate this, no, you will be able to understand that. See, my task is not just to deliver it ABCD and mathematical understanding. No, some analytical procedures as well we are supposed to do, right? Because how to interpret, how to analyze this question, that should also be clear to us. Okay, let's start using the function called price to find the intrinsic value. I'm using IV. So equal to PRICE, opening the bracket. Now, settlement is the date on which generally this bond is issued, but there can be a difference between a settlement date and issue date, because sometimes what happens that you might not be the first person to get the bond. Someone might have taken it before you and you have taken it from that person. You have taken it after the issue date. So at that time, your settlement date and issue date might be different. But when at that point of time only you have taken and you have kept that bond since the settlement, then settlement and issue price would be the same, right? So here I'm just selecting the settlement date, nothing else. Now this must be there in a date format, huh? Do's and don'ts about this. This must be there in a date format. If it will not be in a date format, no, you will not be able to fetch the answer. So please check it out that it is properly inserted in the date format only. Then you have pressing the comma, maturity date. So I'm selecting the maturity date in this case, that is 25th of August 2026, comma. Then you have the rate, that is the coupon rate. Coupon rate is nothing but the interest rate that you get from this. So I'm selecting 8%, comma. Yield is the percentage of expectations you have from this bond. You do not have just 8% expectations of the coupon rate. You have over and above that the difference between the maturity price and the issue price. That also you have bit of an expectation. So that's why your yield is in this case is higher than your coupon rate. Say it is 9%. I am selecting that 9%, comma. Redemption is the amount which the person is going to get when the bond will be matured, when the useful life of the bond will be over, when the bond will be cancelled off. So that is 100. I am selecting that cell, comma. Now frequency. Say if this bond is paying the interest on semi-annual basis, then per year frequency of payment of interest will be 2. If the bond is making the payments on quarterly basis, then the frequency shall be 4. If the bond is making the interest on monthly basis, then the frequency shall be 12 in a year. In this case, frequency is straight away given to us 2. That means we are making 6 monthly interests. So I'm writing 2 over there. That is a one way, or I can select the cell where 2 is written, comma. Then the last one we have, and the last one we have, fellas and fellies, is nothing but, please try to understand, there is no need to get confused over here. It is there in the bracket, so it is absolutely optional. But why there is a basis and why there is a requirement of giving the basis over here in the Excel, the last parameter of this syntax? The requirement is that what is the day count you want to use in this, because you have taken the date, my fellas and fellies. Now, whether you want to take 360 days in a year and 30 days of 1 month, or you want to take 365 days in a year, or you want to take actual one if the leap year is coming. So in that case, there can be 364. So what I'm trying to say over here is that what is the day count basis you want to use? So if you do not specify anything, no, it will by default take 360, and 30 is the number of days in a month which it is assuming. So accordingly, it will calculate the IV of this particular bond, right? So I am putting 0. 0 stands for the basis, which is 30 360. So 30 360 माने के 30 days in a month and 360 days in a year. That is the assumption we are making, and accordingly the IV will be calculated by the Excel. So I'm closing the bracket, and if I press the enter, that is 95.46. That is the IV of this bond, intrinsic value of this bond. Now my question to all of you, those who are listening to me, very simple question. Everyone please be awake. If this bond is available at 98 rupees in the market, will you invest in this bond or not? My straightforward, very simple question to all the students. Please unmute yourself and let me know.
No.
Absolutely correct. Because the expected benefits from this bond, including the maturity price, is coming at 95 as per your requirement of yield, that is 9%. And that bond is available in the market right now at 98. So that means your required rate of return is not getting satisfied. Say thank you, bye bye, take care, aujo, Jai Shri Krishna, Majama. I cannot invest in this bond because my required rate of return is not getting satisfied. Is it very much clear, all the people? Okay, so if you have done it, then my next class, which all of you are supposed to do it, will be doing it.
सर
Yes, please.
सर हमने वो सिंटेक्स में लास्ट में 365 भी अवेलेबल था, वो क्यों नहीं दिया?
वो इसलिए नहीं लिया क्योंकि इस वाले में हमने अज्यूम किया था कि 30 डेज का एक मंथ है, 360 डेज टोटल डेज है. If you wanna take 365, we can take that as well. So for that, there is a different function in the basis. For that actual one, we can take 1. Right?
Okay.
We can take that as well. Let's take another sum where we will be taking this. So before that, the practice I am giving to you first here is, say the settlement date is Settlement date is 12th of August 2020. Maturity is coming at 31st of March 2031. Everyone should write along with me. The coupon rate, because of this corona and all, is reduced to 7%. But I am of the very firm opinion that I wanna invest in this bond at a yield expected rate of return of 10%. Otherwise, no, I do not want to invest in this bond. The redemption of the bond will take place at 10% premium. At 10% premium. That will be 1100. And in this case, you are supposed to assume that the par value is 1000. Okay. And the coupon interest is paid on quarterly basis, and basis you may assume at 0 only. Now my question to all the students is, if this bond is available, market price is say 880, then whether I should invest in this bond or not. So this is my straightforward question to all the students. Everyone, let me know from this detail that whether I should invest in this bond or not. I hope in the Excel file, I do not have any control to check, but still I'm assuming, because I'm a very positive person, that my students will be doing it. And if the students won't be doing it, तो उसमें तेरा घाटा, मेरा कुछ नहीं जाता. Okay. Questions, answers for this? Sneha, Dhananjay, Mr. Sagar, Chitra, all of you. Should I invest in this bond at 880? And if not, then why? If yes, then why? Let me do it before this silence goes perpetual on and on. So using the price function again. In the bracket, first one is the settlement date, selecting that. Maturity date, selecting that as well. Rate I have, I'm selecting the rate, coupon rate, that is the exact rate I get on the par value, 7%, comma. Then I have the yield is 10%, that is the required rate of return I have from this bond entirely, comma. Then the redemption which will take place at 1100, so selecting that value, comma. Frequency has to be 4 because my interest payment is on quarterly basis, so it needs to be 4 instead of 2 or 1. So writing 4 over there, comma. Then again I am taking 0 as the basis. That means 360 days we are assuming in a year. Closing the bracket, pressing the enter, and the price I'm getting is too low. Is everyone getting the same price? Please check it out.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what could be the reasons behind it? Can someone tell me? If you can tell me.
Yield is more than annual coupon rate.
Understood. But let me do this. Let me put one point in front of you. We have made one mistake over here. Who will tell me what mistake we have done over here? Only a very intelligent student will be able to get it. I know it. Sometimes I make the intentional mistake, so that I can get that whether students are getting it or not. There is a one mistake. Please let me know where, if you can identify it. Try to understand what rate we have taken, what maturity date we have taken, what frequency we have taken. And if I tell you from my side,
Sir, you have not taken market price.
मार्केट प्राइस की जरूरत नहीं है because हमें intrinsic value चाहिए. If I tell you, give you a bit of a hint over here, no, this is the area, gray area where the hint is lying. If you can identify the hint from this, and this is because of this. अब तो सब कुछ दे दिया, अब तो बताओ कहां पे मिस्टेक हो रही है.
Yes, sir. Divide by 4.
वेरी ट्रू. यहाँ पे आप डिस्काउंट नहीं करते हो और वहां पे जहाँ पे फ्रीक्वेंसी बताते हो, उसका मतलब क्या हो गया भैया कि आप 7% रेट क्वार्टरली दे रहे हो. वहां पे कंपाउंडिंग फ्रीक्वेंसी बताए तो आपको ये रेट को भी डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा ना. ओके, सो एनुअल रेट इज विच वन? This B13. Let's divide it by 4. And the yield expectation, that is a 10%, that also needs to be divided by 4 because 10% requirement you have per annum. And right now we are doing the frequency of 1 minute. My battery is low. It will disconnect. Just a second. Now check it out. What is the value you are getting there? Hello, am I audible to all the students over there? Because I joined after the disconnection. All of you?
Yes, sir.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being over here, for supporting me. Sharing this screen again. It got disconnected because of this battery. Sorry. Okay, so if you do that, no, then it needs to be divided the rate, annual rate, and the coupon rate, and as well as the expectations rate you have from this bond, that is the yield. Both shall be divided by the frequency, else you will not be able to get the appropriate answer. So that was a mistake in the previous one as well. Let's correct it, verify that. So the takeaway we are taking from this is that coupon rate as well as the yield rate needs to be divided by the frequency of compounding. If it is quarterly, then by 4. If it is 6 monthly, then by 2. So I hope that is very much clear, and that comes at 860. Now my question, which is a very straightforward one. Now should we invest in this bond? Market price is 880. Yes or no? Absolutely correct, Sneha. We should not invest because market price is more than the intrinsic value. So that means my expected rate of return is not getting satisfied. Right? So that's what we have done till now. Let's move to Acha. This bond calculation and valuation can be done manually as well. Bond yield as well we can do manually, but let's do not go right now because that will take some time of 5 to 10 minutes. Let's complete this lecture over here. I have taken the short lecture today. One more lecture will be required and we will be able to complete this first module entirely, and the second module is going to be on from the second next lecture onwards. After taking 10 to 15 minutes over here in this Excel, I will move to the conceptual understanding of stock price securities valuation. So mathematical concepts we are going to apply while valuation of the shares. We will take into account the dividends, we will take into account the risk expectations from those stakes shares. There are various mathematical models to find the intrinsic value of the shares. So that is going to be very important uh, sessions for you, because whenever you will invest in the equity shares, whenever if whatever the task you will be doing in your future related to valuation of the business, valuation of the shares, that what at what particular amount you should invest in that shares, after what point of time it should be overvaluation, up to what point of time it is undervaluation. So all those concepts will be clear once you know that what are the valuation techniques of it, what are the valuation models of it. So mathematical modeling for valuation of the stock, we are going to start from the next lecture onwards after completing this 20, 15 to 20 minutes portion which is left for this bond. So that's it from my side. Thank you very much, all of you. Please remain over here because I need to take the attendance as well, and then you may leave the class.